Hey everyone! So you live in or around Lancaster, New York, and you're looking for a dog trainer? Where do you even start? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. This is your practical guide to finding the right person to help you and your dog build an awesome partnership.
Let's just paint a picture for a second. You're walking through Como Lake Park. The leash is loose, your dog is trotting happily right beside you. No yanking, no stress, just a really nice walk. Sounds good, right? That's what good training can do for you.
Yeah, and that's the key thing to remember. Training isn't just about stopping the bad stuff. It's really about starting the good stuff. It's about being able to enjoy everything Lancaster has to offer, with your best friend right there with you.
I mean, think about it. Being able to walk through Lancaster Village without your arm being pulled out of its socket, or just relaxing near one of the busy athletic fields while your dog chills out. How about just walking down Broadway and not having to worry about your dog jumping on everyone? These are the real-life situations where training makes a huge difference.
Okay, so where do we begin? The very first thing you need to do before you even Google a single trainer is figure out what you actually need. You've got to define your goals.
So take a second and really think about it. What are the biggest headaches for you right now? Is it a brand new puppy who needs to learn, well, everything? Or maybe you have an older dog with a habit that's just driving you crazy? Get specific. And chances are, your goal is on this list. You know, a lot of us are looking for help with the same things. It might be puppy basics and socialization, or just general obedience. Sit, stay, come here. Or maybe it's something tougher, like pulling on the leash, jumping all over your guests, or even more serious stuff, like separation anxiety or reactivity. Knowing which one of these is your priority, that is step one.
All right, next up. How do you want to do this training? You've got options. Private, one-on-one training is awesome, especially if the problem happens in your house, like barking at the doorbell or counter surfing. But group classes, they're fantastic for learning to listen when there are other dogs and people around, which is a huge skill.
So you know what you need to work on, and you have an idea of how you want to do it. Now for the big one, finding a great trainer. And honestly, it boils down to two really important things: how they train and what their credentials are. And here's the term you want to hear: positive reinforcement. It's pretty simple, really. It just means you reward the good stuff. Your dog does something you like, they get something they like: a treat, a toy, some praise. It works, it's humane, and best of all, it builds this amazing trust between you and your dog. And this chart really lays it all out. When you use rewards, you're building a confident dog who wants to work with you. The stuff you absolutely want to stay away from? Anything that uses fear, pain, or makes your dog feel intimidated. That stuff doesn't just work poorly in the long run. It can create even bigger problems like anxiety and aggression, and it can really break your bond.
So, you're probably wondering, how can I be sure a trainer actually uses these good methods? Well, a really good shortcut is to look for professional credentials. Think of it like this: a certification means that trainer has gone out of their way to get educated and prove their skills. It shows they're serious about what they do.
You're going to see a bunch of letters, like a real alphabet soup. Don't feel like you have to memorize all these. The key takeaway is that these letters, like KPA, CTP, or CPDTK, mean that the trainer has passed tests and met standards from a professional group. And if you're dealing with something really serious like aggression, a certification like CBCCK is a very good sign.
Okay, you've got the background knowledge now. You're ready to actually talk to some trainers. And going in with a few specific questions is going to make you feel so much more confident that you're picking the right person.
So here's your checklist. 5 simple questions. 1. What methods and tools do you use? You're listening for positive reinforcement. 2. What are your credentials? 3. How are you going to make a plan specifically for my dog? 4. How will we know we're making progress? And number 5, the practical one. What's the total cost and what are your policies? Get those answers and you'll have a really good picture.
All right, let's talk about the practical side of things: money and rules. What should you expect to pay, and what do you need to know about being a dog owner here in Erie County?
Just to give you a ballpark idea, let's start with puppy classes. For a typical 4 to 6 week course here in the Lancaster area, you're usually looking at somewhere between $150 and $280. That's a super common starting point for new owners.
But of course, there's a huge range depending on what you need. This table gives you a better look. Group classes for obedience are in a similar range to puppy classes. Private lessons, well, they'll cost more per hour, maybe $115 to $200. And then you have the really intensive options, like a board and train program, which is a much bigger investment. It all depends on your specific needs and your budget.
And just a quick rundown of the local rules of the road for dog owners. Pretty straightforward stuff, but good to remember. Leashes are required in public places. That's a big one. Your dog needs to be licensed with Erie County after 4 months old, and of course they need to be up to date on their rabies vaccine. Oh, and that barking we talked about, it's good to work on that because excessive barking can actually be a nuisance violation.
So, you've done the classes, you've had the lessons, but the work isn't over. The real magic happens when you practice those new skills out in the real world. So where are the good spots to go around here?
We've got some great options. For just practicing those calm leashed walks, you can't beat Como Lake Park or Twin District Park. If you want to work on focusing around distractions, new smells, squirrels, Rhinestone Woods is perfect for that. And then, when you're ready for off-leash practice and your dog has a really reliable come, the fenced-in dog parks like Stillmeyer or Ellicott Creek are the places to go.
And this quote really ties it all together, doesn't it? It's that combination of planning ahead, using humane methods, and then practicing consistently. That's the recipe for success. That's how you get a confident, happy dog.
Because at the end of the day, this is about so much more than just sit and stay. It's about having a dog you can take anywhere, a companion who makes your life richer. It opens up your world so you can relax at home or go out and explore everything our town has to offer, together. Good luck with your search. You and your dog are going to have a great time.